Good afternoon, students. Can you hear me? Just type yes in chat box if you could hear me. Good afternoon, students. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you, Amar. So let us start. Before starting with the reconciliation chapter, it is very important that you know cost sheet very well. Okay, there are a few students who don't know even the cost sheet. So I'll revise the cost sheet format. Okay, so cost sheet is basically nothing but like a P&L account, profit and loss account, where we try to find out our total cost and profit made during the year. Okay, so I have taken one small sum on cost sheet. You can see here on the left hand side of my screen, a table is given in which all the expenses are given. Okay, now how to present this in cost sheet format. Okay, students, you may expect one full-fledged sum 20 marks on this cost sheet also. Okay, so one question on cost sheet will be there, one on profit reconciliation will be there, one on labor charges will be there, overheads will be there. So each chapter will have one question. Okay, and two questions will have 10 marks each. Okay, two chapters additional 10 marks each. So two chapters will carry 30 marks and rest will at least carry 20 marks. So for sure, one 20-mark question on cost sheet and 20-mark question on profit reconciliation will be there. Okay. You know the paper format. Question number 1 will be compulsory. It will be MCQs and true or false. Okay. That is objective question. And from question 2 to 8, okay, you have to attempt any 4. So in all, you will be attempting 5 questions of 20 marks, so 100 marks total. Okay. So before we start with reconciliation, I'll just show you one small sum, which will show you or revise you how to make cost sheet. Okay, very simple. Okay. Now always I'll first show the format of cost sheet. Okay. On the right hand side, you can see a table having particulars, amount column, two amount columns. Okay. This is how you will prepare a cost sheet. Okay. Your costs are subdivided into two parts. One is direct cost and second is indirect cost. Okay. So we can divide cost into two parts, direct cost and indirect cost. Direct costs are those which you can relate directly to the product. Okay, which you can identify in product, like direct material. First is direct material, then second direct labor. We also call it direct wages. Okay, and third is direct expenses. Okay, so these three are called as direct cost. Clear? These are most important costs. Therefore, we call it direct cost. Okay. Total of these three is called prime cost. Total of these three cost is called as prime cost. Okay. Is this clear, students? Now we go to indirect cost. Indirect costs are overheads. Okay. These are overheads and does not depend directly on the production activity. Okay. Like watchman salary, you will have to pay even if you don't produce a single product. Okay. So we can bifurcate all the indirect costs or overheads into three major heads. First is office and admin expenses or overheads rather. Before that, I'll take this will be second. First, factory overheads. Okay. Second, office and admin overheads. And third, selling and distribution overheads. Okay. Okay. Once again, we incur a lot of cost in the process of production activity. We broadly classify, okay, these costs into two parts. One is direct, second is indirect. Direct costs are those which directly relate to the production activity. Clear? Indirect, which are not reflected into the final product. Okay. So our cost sheet, the format which is shown here in second table, is depending on this classification, direct and indirect cost. Okay. So always start with direct cost. Always start with direct cost. In that I told you, there are three heads, subheads: direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. Clear? So direct material is also called as direct material consumed. Okay. Then we have direct labor and third is direct expenses. Clear? Sometimes direct material is not directly given to you. They will provide you opening stock of raw material value, purchase of raw material, and closing stock of raw material. Okay. Suppose opening stock is 10,000, raw material purchased are 1 lakh, and closing stock of raw material is 20,000. So raw material consumed value will be 90,000. Understood? So sometimes you may just need to calculate a raw material consumed amount, which may not be directly given. They will provide these three things. Apart from these three things, sometimes they may give you carriage inward, which is part of raw material cost. Okay. Then comes direct labor. They will directly provide you the value of this direct labor. Say for example, 60,000. Okay. They may provide, sometimes the direct expense may not be there. Most of the time it is not there. But if it is there, they will provide the value for it. Okay. Say for example, it is 10,000. Okay. So we add up these three items, we get prime cost. Okay. So 1,60,000 will be your prime cost. Is this clear, students? Then we go to indirect cost. Then we go to indirect cost. Okay. Under indirect, I told you we have three subheads: factory, office, and selling. Okay. So first start with factory overheads. Okay. In the given question, whichever question will have in the exam, you identify those expenses which you can relate to production activity, okay, like anything which is given like factory expenses, okay, you will put it in this column under this head, factory overheads, like power and fuel, factory expenses, factory manager's salary, okay, repair to plant and machinery. These items will come under this head. Which head? Factory overheads. Clear? Then I'll just write put 1, 2, 3 again here. So this is one factory overhead. Second overhead is office and admin expenses, like office staff salary, printing, stationery, telephone expenses. All office expenses will come under this head. Clear? Then we have got third head, selling and distribution. Okay. Under this we will cover selling expenses like advertisement, salesman salary. Okay. Such expense will come here under this head. Are you getting this, students? Okay. So I have taken a very small sum. You can see on the left hand side. So we'll try to post it in this given format and try to prepare a cost sheet. Why I'm doing this? Because I'm going to cover a few sums. Just a minute, students. Let me take a call. Just 1 minute. Okay. So you can see a sum is given to you. Okay. What is given? From the following particulars, prepare statement of cost for the year 2017. Okay. So if you get this question in your paper, what you do? You start doing the markings as we do in the final account sum. Okay. But here markings will be, suppose any item belongs to this raw material. You'll have to do marking like RM. What you'll do? Marking will be RM. Okay. Then even the opening stock, purchase of raw material, closing stock of raw material will have same marking RM. Clear? If you have direct wages or direct labor, you will do the marking DL or DW. If you have direct expense, you will do marking DE. Don't do marking prime cost, okay? Because it has 3 subheads. So do marking for subheads. Clear? Okay. After that, we have factory overheads. So any item which related to production activity, you have to do marking F. Okay, you have to do marking like F. Clear? For office and or admin expenses, you will do marking like O. Clear? If selling expense is there, you mark S and D or SD. Okay, this is how we'll be doing the marking for all the items given in the table. Is this clear, students? So let us start. Opening stock of raw material RM, right? Raw material returned to supplier means less from purchase. So if here we have purchase, okay, below that we'll insert one more line and we'll write less returns. Okay, it's not difficult, it's just lack of time we have. Okay, so I'm going in a little bit hurry, nothing else. Okay, so let us start with the marking again. So opening stock of raw material, your marking will be RM. Raw material return will be less from purchase, but still the marking will be RM. You can put minus sign after that. Wages paid to productive workers means direct labor or direct wages. So DW or DL will do. Okay. Non-productive workers means factory expense. See, wages will either go to prime cost or factory overheads. Okay. It has got no other place. Okay. So if it is indirect wages or non-productive wages, it will go to factory. So mark F. Clear? Then rent of workshop. Workshop means production activity. So mark as F. Okay. Repairs to plant and machinery again in factory. So write F against that. Office expense marking will be O. Clear? Advertisement marking will be S and D. Right? Then purchase of raw material RM marking will be RM. Clear? Then closing stock of raw material will be RM but minus. Is this clear, students? Not difficult at all. You just need to learn the format, and this will be like fill in the blanks then after that. Staff salary is office expense. Carriage on purchase, again we have to add to raw material. So mark RM. Okay. Carriage on sales is a selling and distribution expense. So mark SD. Clear? Then fuel gas is used in factory. So mark as F. Then depreciation on machine we use in factory. So mark F. Okay. Direct expenses, yes, we have that third item in direct cost, direct expense. So mark DE. Clear? Abnormal loss of material, again RM, but it will be minus from material. Okay. Should I repeat again? Okay, I'll repeat the markings. Opening stock of raw material will go to direct material consumed or raw material consumed. Okay, so marking will be RM. Clear? Then raw material returned to suppliers. So minus from raw material. So again RM minus wages paid to productive workers. So direct wages DW. Then we non-productive workers factory F. Rent of workshop factory, repair to plant factory, office expenses O, advertisement S&D, purchase of material RM. Clear? Then closing stock of raw material RM, but it will be minus staff salary. This will include in office expense. So O. Then carriage on purchase, again RM plus carriage on sale. So it's a selling expense. So S&D. Fuel gas, we use this in factory. So F. Depreciation on machinery, we use that in factory. So again F. Direct expense, in prime cost it will go. So DE. Abnormal loss of material, again it's material. So RM less from material. Okay. So we have to start the solution. Always start from the top. Okay. आपका पूरा फॉर्मेट ब्लैंक होगा, उससे फर्स्ट यू राइट डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट, बिलो दैट राइट raw material consumed or direct material consumed. Okay. Now according to your marking you start filling the values. Okay. आपको ऐसा नहीं करना कि ट्रायल बैलेंस के हिसाब से आपको जाना है. You have to go as per your cost sheet format. Remember this. Okay. So what we will do, we will search for all RM items first. Okay. याद रखना इसमें आपका गड़बड़ नहीं होगा. आप ट्रायल बैलेंस के हिसाब से यहाँ पर जाओगे तो मुश्किल हो जाएगा. हाँ. तो ओपनिंग स्टॉक ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल how much? 50,000. So 50,000. Raw material return to suppliers, so returns. Okay, I'll put 50,000 in outer column. 50,000. Raw material return to suppliers 4,000. Okay, we need one more line because नीचे अपने को loss of material दिया ना, so one more minus item will come here. Once you do the marking, you will come to know how many lines you will need in raw material. Okay. It's not difficult at all. Okay, students, do attend this question if it is there. Okay. Okay. So raw material return to suppliers 4,000. Wages paid to productive workers. Productive workers means direct wages. Okay. Put in the last column 36,000. Wages paid to non-productive workers. मतलब वो factory में जाएगा. So non-productive wages. What is the amount? 4,000. Then rent of workshop, again factory expense. Rent of workshop amount is 5,000. Repairs to plant, again here only repairs to 1,200. Anything which relates to production activity will go in factory. Okay. Then office expenses 3,000. So under office I'll put office expenses. First I'll cover all RM items. अब कहाँ तक हो गया अपना returns हो गया ना. Then do the markings. Look at the marking with RM. purchase of raw material is there 36,000. No, 1,40,000. Sorry, 1,40,000. Then RM is closing stock of raw material 36,000. Then RM marking is at the end. Carriage on purchase is there. I'll add a carriage on purchase. I need one more line. Carriage on purchase. Is 1,000. Okay. Then मार्किंग ऊपर नीचे हो गया थोड़ा. ओके, क्वेश्चन का फोटो थोड़ा क्रॉस है ना. ओके, देन abnormal loss of material लास्ट में 2,400 to be minus. Okay, I think we have covered all RM items. 1, 2, then closing stock and purchase, then carriage on purchase. Okay, I think we have covered this. I'll take the total now. Okay. $50, $140, 1,000, 4,000, 2,400 हो गया. Returns 4,000. Returns minus है ना बेटा. This is minus 4,000. So my okay. So returns, loss of material, and closing stock of raw material. These are unused out of purchases. Clear? So I have to subtract those. I got net 98,600 as net value, and I had opening stock of 50,000. So my total is 148,600. This is the amount of raw material I have consumed. Apart from that, I have direct labor value as 36,000, which is given in the sum. Then direct expense value is 1,600. Okay. So these three items will add up to my prime cost. If I add them, I'll get prime cost. Okay. 186,200. Okay. Then we write the heading indirect cost. Okay. Under that first will be factory overheads. So wherever I have marked F, those items will come here. Okay. So factory overheads, marking F is rent of shop, rent of workshop, wait, I'll use scale to relate the value, is 5,000, I guess. 5,000. Repairs to plant 1,200. Then next factory expenses, fuel gas, fuel and gas amount is for 2,000. I will just insert two more lines here. After fuel and gas, we have depreciation on machinery, depreciation on machine is 2,800. Okay. Okay. So F markings are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have taken 5 items. I'll add them now. Okay, total is 15,000. Now I'll add this factory overheads amount to prime cost. Okay, so then I'll get gross factory cost. I'll get gross factory cost. So 186,200 plus 15,000 will give me gross factory cost. Okay. See, in factory sometimes there is some work in progress which is not yet finished. So in sum you may be given this. Okay, WIP opening and closing. If it is given, put the values. I think in this sum it is not given. So we'll just keep it at 0. So same amount you will carry forward, 2,01,200. Is this clear? Then next it is office and admin expenses. Okay. So let us see all marking with O. Office expenses. I think 3,000 is the amount office expense. Okay, I'll write office expense 3,000. Any other item marked as O? Staff salaries 10,000. I'll write staff salaries 10,000. Okay, so total is 13,000. Only two items over there. Okay, now we'll add this to earlier total. Okay, you will just keep on adding new overheads to the earlier total. Okay, so what you get here is called cost of production. What we call this? Cost of production. Okay. Okay, so here production activity is over. Okay, so after that we may be given in the sum opening stock of finished goods and closing stock of finished goods. In case that is given, this is the place where you have to write them. Okay, since in this sum it is not there, we'll take it as 0. So now you get cost of goods sold. COG stands for cost of goods sold. Okay, so it will be now 2,14,200 as there is no opening or closing. Then we write the next heading, selling and distribution overheads, right? Okay. Now we'll see which items are marked as S and D. Okay. So here one item is there, advertisement. So I'll write advertisement. Value of advertisement expense is 2,400. Then next is carriage on sales. Carriage on sales. Value of carriage on sales is 3,000. Okay. Any other S&D item? No, only two are there. Okay, so again we'll take total of these two and add to previous total of COGS. Okay, so we add that 214,200 plus selling distribution expenses. We get total cost. What we get here is called total cost or cost of sales. Cost of sales. Is this clear? Okay, in case you are given sale figure, then we write add profit and below that we write sales. Okay, if you are given sales, it may be 2,50,000. Okay, so, or some other figure will be there. Then the difference will be your profit. Okay, this is how a cost sheet is prepared. Have you understood this, students? How the cost sheet is prepared from given table or given information? Please type yes if you have understood this. Please type yes if you have understood this. How to make cost sheet. Those who are new, did not attended lectures. Done? Okay. So shall we start with uh, profit reconciliation, students? Yes, chat box. Now, profit reconciliation, students. Okay. Students, you can write hi in chat box. Let me see who all are there so that I can proceed with profit reconciliation statement. Okay, I'll start with this sum. Write hi chat box. Okay. Now this will be next chapter, chapter number 2, profit reconciliation statement. Okay. As we prepared cost sheet in above sum. Okay. So that was profit as per cost records. Okay. How much profit we got? 30,400. In the previous sum, we just solved now. Upper. Okay. So from same details, the company must have prepared P&L account also. Okay. So profit as per P&L account will also be given. Okay. That may be 40,000. We don't know. Okay. Okay. Same company, same expenses, same incomes, but still profit are different. Okay. So this may happen. So we have to find out why this difference is there. Okay. We have to reconcile the two figures and see which items are causing the problem. Okay. Now you can see on your screen, one question is given. I'll read that question. Okay. The net profit of Bharat Engineering Company appeared 1,28,755 as per financial record. This P&L is also known as financial records. Okay. This P&L is also known as, wait, some message is there in the chat box. Give me a minute. In WhatsApp chat, some message is there. Let me read it. Hi. Okay. So I'll read this sum. Next one, as I told you, second sum. In this, profit as per financial record. Financial record means I told you P&L is financial record. Okay. Is given to you. How much it is? 1,28,755. Okay. This is the profit given by financial records. Okay. For the year 31st December 2017. Okay, the cost books, however, showed a profit of 170 to 400. Now, this cost sheet which they have prepared, it is showing a different profit. Okay, which is 1,72,400. Are you getting it? So, same company but different books. Okay. In case of manufacturing companies whose turnover is more than 25 lakhs or limit is given, okay, in the uh, Companies Act, they have to maintain cost books. Okay, they have to maintain cost records separately. Okay, so they have two sets of accounts. One is cost records and second is financial records. So there arises two different profits shown by two different set of books. Okay, so we have to reconcile, okay, these two profits. Okay, you can expect a 10 marks sum on this sum, this kind of sum. 10 marks question will be there. Okay, so how to reconcile these two profits? In the question itself, they will give you around 10 items. Okay, they will give you around 10 items which are causing the problem. So you have to add a few and subtract a few to get the answer. Okay, you can start with cost and get the answer as per financial, or you can do the reverse. You start with financial record profit and reach at the cost records profit. Okay, anyways, you get the same answer. Okay, now how to solve this sum? I'll show you. Okay, for that we need to draw one format. I'll show you. Just give me a minute. And drawing the format which you have to draw in your exam. Okay, so with particulars and amount or rupees, right? 2 rupees columns. Okay, you have to start with any of the profit. You can start even with financial account profit or cost account profits. Okay, start with any of the profits. You will get the other profit as your answer. Okay, so here I have started with profit as per cost books. How much it is? 170 to 400. Are you getting it? In the question, both the profits are given. Financial is 128,755 and cost profit is 170 to 400. Okay, so you will have to draw this format: particulars, amount. Okay, a few items will be added. I'll just write add. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. A few items will be there. Oh. Then a few less items will be there. Okay. Hmm. Now, how to decide which item to be added, which to subtract? Okay. For that, we have to use one formula. I'll show you the formula. First, you have to determine what is your base, which profit you are taking as a base. Base means the profit with which you have started is called as base. See, here we have started with cost profit. So what is your base? Your base is cost. Your base is cost. Clear? Had you started your statement with financial profit, then P&L would have been your base. But here, cost books is your base. Is this clear, students? Okay. This is most important. This is done only once. Okay. After this, you have to follow 3 steps only. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. 3 steps are to be followed to solve this. Okay. Now, step 1 is you decide whether the given item in the table, okay, see around 8 to 9 items are there. We have to first determine whether that given item is a debit item or a credit item. Okay, that is step 1. Say for example, see the first one, works overheads. Any overhead is always a debit item. Okay, so that's step 1. See the second item, administrative overhead, again overhead, so debit item. Depreciation, debit item. Interest on investment is your income, so it's a credit item. Likewise, step one will be to determine whether a given item is a debit or a credit. Okay, that is step one. Okay, then step two is you have to decide whether the given item is more or less, in cost books, because you are following cost record, isn't it? You have to determine whether it is more or it is less in cost books. Clear? Now, if it is more, your effect will be add. Your effect will be add. And if it is less, your effect will be less. Okay. Now we have to go to credit side. We have to go to now credit side. Again, there we have to check whether the given item is more or less. But effect will be reverse, exactly reverse. Okay, it will be, if it is more, we have to subtract, and if it is less, we have to add. Now, I'll show you how to practically do it. Okay, more or less, में आप confused रहोगे. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, one by one we'll do it. Okay, read the first line. Okay, it says works overheads under recovered in cost. Our base is what? Cost. Okay, so first step is decide whether it's a debit item or a credit item. Works overhead, any overhead is debit. Okay, so step one done, it's a debit item. Clear? It's a debit item. Now we have to see step two, whether it is more or less in cost, because cost is base. So what it says, works overheads under recovered in cost. So in cost it is less. In cost it is less. So effect will be less. Clear? So in less I'll write works overheads under recovered in cost. Is this clear, students? How much under recovered? 3120. Very simple. Okay. Now we'll go to next one. Okay. I'll just remove these bold letters now. Okay. Now you try admin overheads. Okay. First step is tell me whether it's a debit or credit. You can type debit or credit in your chat, live chat. Okay. You can type debit or credit for the given item. Admin overheads. Tell me it's a debit or credit. It's a debit. Any overhead is a debit. Clear? What it says, admin overheads recovered in excess. When they say overhead recovered, it means in cost it is more. Okay. So if it is just below that, already written, below that it's add. So we have to write in add. Number one, admin overheads over recovered in cost. Clear? And value they have already provided 1700. Is this clear? Third, depreciation recovered in cost is 1200 and depreciation in financial. See, both the values they have given. Now we have to compare. Other items they have already compared and given the net amount. Here both the values as per cost and as per financial are given to us. Now we have to decide. Step one is tell me whether it is debit or a credit item. It's a debit item. Depreciation means a debit item. Expense, isn't it? So debit item. Now we have to see whether in cost it is more or less. So in cost they have charged 1200 and in financial they have charged 11200. So in cost it is more, isn't it? Okay. So debit item more. So effect will be add. Okay. So we'll write number two, depreciation over recovered in cost. Now how much over recovered, that we have to write. Okay. So 12,500 minus 11,200. This is how we have to get the answer. Are you getting it, students? Now next, interest on investment not included in cost. Interest on investment is an income. Okay. So we write that in credit side. Okay. So this is a credit item. First time we got credit item. Okay. And it is not in cost. So in cost it is less. Interest on investment is an income. So it's a credit item. Okay. So we don't go to this side. Okay, we go to this side because it's a credit item. Is this clear? Why we went to credit side? Because it's an income. We will go to credit. Now we have to see whether it is more in cost or less in cost. The sentence says it is not in cost. So in cost it is 0. So it's less. So effect will be add. Okay. So we'll write third, interest on investment only in or less in cost. With जो simple रखना, less in cost. Okay. How much is the value? 8,000. Okay. So I'll write 8,000. Are you getting this? Okay. Next, loss due to obsolescence in financial accounts. Okay. So loss, all losses, all expenses are debit. So first step is debit. We got it, that it's a debit item. And it is in financial account. So less in cost. In cost it is not there. So effect will be just below that, less. So write number 2. Loss due to obsolescence. Okay, only in financial books. Okay. How much is the amount? 5,700. Clear? Then next, income tax. Well, this item is always debit, it's an expense, isn't it? Okay, so again we decide here as per the chart, it's a debit. This chart you have to make on your own. Huh? You have to learn this by heart. Okay, simplest way to solve the sum. Okay, in 10 minutes you will secure 10 marks. Okay, so first of all, income tax is a debit item. Okay, and in cost these items are never recorded. Cost में हमने देखा अभी ऊपर, we have only these items. इसमें किधर भी इनकम टैक्स आया जाएगा? नहीं आया था. डिस्काउंट आया जाएगा? नहीं आया था. हाँ, तो इन कॉस्ट शीट में जो नहीं आता है, it is considered as zero in cost. Okay, so income tax which is never there in cost. Okay, याद रखो. So we start again. Income tax is a debit item and it is never there in cost books, so it is less there. So its effect will be less. So less में लिखेंगे third, income tax only in financial books. Okay, how much? 40,300. Clear? Then bank interest and transfer fees. बैंक इंटरेस्ट हम लोग को मिल रहा है, ट्रांसफर फीस also हमको मिलता है. Okay, it's a income. When shareholders transfer their shares, we get transfer fees. That's income. So this is a credit item. Okay, this is a credit item. Clear? Now it is in financial books. They said मतलब cost sheet में it is less. Okay, credit item cost sheet में less होता नहीं है, तो की effect will be add. We go to add bank interest and transfer fees. Okay, you can write only in financial books. How much? 750. Clear? Okay. Then stores adjustment. This item may come. Okay, like store adjustment, because you have never studied this. Okay, this is adjustments in stores. Goods का ऊपर नीचे होता है ना, उसका adjustment है. Okay, so they will mention whether it's a credit or debit and in which books. They will mention everything. So ये item है तो it will be simplest one. They will mention first of all. Okay, so they have mentioned it's credit in financial books only. So it's a credit item first. Okay, so it's in financial only. So in cost it is less. Cost में ही नहीं, so we'll add it. बराबर? Okay, stores adjustment only in financial books. Okay, how much is the value? 475. Next, I think last one, loss due to depreciation in stock values charged in financial accounts. मतलब cost में नहीं है. Loss बोला तो debit item, तो debit only in financial, तो cost में है ही नहीं, तो less है, तो effect will be less. So less will write 4, loss of stock. Okay, 6750. That's it. Sum is done. Okay, so add these items. So 1,222,5. Just underline and I'll add these two above total. 172,400 plus this figure. अब इसका माइनस करेंगे, लेस लिखा है ना इसका हेडिंग, will minus. Let me add first. Okay, so total है 55,870 and this will be subtracted. Okay, so let us see now. अभी अपना आंसर उतना आना चाहिए. 184,625 minus, sorry, minus पहले इन्होंने साइन डाला तो I'll put add 55,870. हाँ आ गया अपना आंसर. Okay, 128,755. Students, have you understood this? Simplest sum. ये सिर्फ चार्ट ड्रॉ करना है छोटा और कुछ नहीं. Okay, practice this. If you have a book, you can find more sums on this. In classroom, I have already done 3 of them. Okay. So here cost sheet I showed you, simple cost sheet. We solved one sum on reconciliation of profit. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can just go through the video again. I'll take new sum now. We have 3 sums. कोई भी एक बोलो, कौन सा एक ले लेगा मैं? This sum you want me to teach? 1, 2, 3. कोई छोटा ले लेता हूँ. I'll take a smaller one. इसमें से smaller कौन सा है? I'll take 12th one. Okay. नीचे वाला ले लेता हूँ ये वाला. And solve this sum now. Okay. Similar sum will be there for 20 marks. Okay ना, ऐसे वाले sums में रहेगा. This is bigger sum ना, so we can put it only for 20 marks. We can keep it for 10 marks because in this you have to make cost sheet and then a reconciliation statement. Okay, 2 things you have to make, so it will carry at least 20 marks. Okay. As I told you, we compare 2 profits, one as per cost sheet and one as per financial. So in this sum, you can see P&L is given to you. Trading and P&L combined is already given to you. Okay. So we have to make one new cost sheet and then we compare profit of these two and find out the difference and reconciling. This is what will be asked in your exam. Is this clear? So I'll just in quick time I'll copy the cost sheet format so that it becomes convenient for us, and just copy the cost sheet format. I need to remove all the values. In such sums, the reconciliation cost sheet won't have that much details. बहुत छोटा छोटा रहेगा. Mostly only हाँ जो headings है ना वही रहेंगे, बाकी सब नहीं रहेगा अंदर का items. Okay, I'll just remove them. Factory overhead से एक ही item रहेगा. Okay. फिर सेलिंग का भी अंदर और डिटेल नहीं रहेगा कुछ भी. Okay. Fewer items will be there when they will ask you to prepare cost sheet as well as reconciliation. Okay. Less number of items will be there. Okay. So now we have direct cost under that raw material, direct labor and direct expenses. Okay, ये prime cost हो गया. Then indirect cost. Under that factory overheads. If we add prime cost plus factory overheads, we get gross factory cost. Then we add opening WIP less closing WIP, we get net factory cost. Then we add office admin expenses. Okay. अच्छा, उसके अंदर बहुत सारे आइटम्स है, आई विल रिमूव देम, 2 items are given. Okay, so in net factory cost, if we add office admin expense, we get cost of production. After that, we add opening stock of finished goods less closing stock of finished goods, we get cost of goods sold. Then we add selling, we get total cost or cost of sales. Then we get add profit, and we make it O, profit हो गया. Okay, then we get sales at the end. Okay, this is the format. Let us read the question and solve it. Many few students are there. They keep on demanding lecture and they will watch when they want to watch. रात को बैठ के. Okay. हाँ. So as you can see, PNL is already given to you. Okay, PNL is given to you. Okay, we'll read the sum. Then you will come to know what is asked and how to do it. Okay, I'll read. The following is the trading PNL account of Time and Tide Limited for the year ended 31st December 2017. In trading PL, they have given raw material consumed, direct wages, works overhead, admin overhead, selling. See, all the headings are given, okay? Not individual items like stationery, watchman salary, सब कुछ नहीं दिया. Direct headings. Sale is given. Finished stock. Credit है मतलब this is closing finished stock. Then WIP is given, okay? Under that, WIP में detail होता है ना, raw material wages, production overheads. Okay, that detail is shown to us. So this is your PNL. In that, profit shown is 69,000. Okay, profit shown is 69,000. Listen, students. After this making cost sheet, you will have to make this reconciliation statement again. हाँ, ये करने का ही पड़ेगा आपको. So I'll copy this format again. वो भी आपको बनाना ही है हाँ, इसके नीचे. Okay, I just remove its values. Okay, but first we need to complete the cost sheet. Okay. Okay, students, I'll stop here because very few students are there. Okay, thanks for attending, students. Bye, see you, take care. Acha, who is there in the meeting now? Please message me. You can message me personally who is attending. Okay, thank you.